It has been 1 year since Hamas terrorists smashed through Gaza's northern border and killed 1,200 Israelis, mainly civilians, and kidnapped 251 more, setting off the deadliest war in the already lethal history of conflicts in Palestinian territories.
שהיינו יכולים להגיד עליה את אותו דבר, ואנחנו לא נוותר לו עד שהוא יחזיר אותה.
The surprise attack triggered a cycle of violence that is only growing. Israel invaded Gaza with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu promising to destroy Hamas and rescue the hostages. But a year of relentless airstrikes and bombardments have killed more than 40,000 people in Gaza as the densely populated enclave lies in ruins. What's even more worrying is that the Middle East is now on the brink of a wider war. Ever since the Gaza war began, Hamas's ally Hezbollah has been trading fire with Israel along with the Lebanon border. But Israel upped the ante, first assassinating top Hezbollah commander Fuad Shukr, then targeting the group's operatives by blowing up the communication devices used by them. But the turning point was on 27 September. A massive Israeli airstrike on the southern suburbs of Beirut killed Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, and many of his top lieutenants. As Hezbollah was struggling to pull itself together, Israel decided to press forward with its advantage, launching a limited ground invasion in Lebanon to dismantle Hezbollah. And just like what was witnessed in Gaza, the Lebanese capital of Beirut is slowly turning into a heap of rubble due to non-stop bombings. Another ally of Hamas are the Houthi rebels of Yemen. Since November 2023, the Houthis, who control large parts of Yemen, have been attacking commercial and military vessels linked to Israel to show their support for the Palestinians. Retaliatory strikes by Israel, US and UK have not deterred the Houthis. They say their attacks will continue until there is a ceasefire in Gaza. In recent months, the Houthis have stepped up pressure on Israel. They even fired a ballistic missile at Israel's main airport as Prime Minister Netanyahu was arriving back from New York, where he'd addressed the United Nations. A widening conflict could boost the Houthi militarily and expand their already outsized role across the region. Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis are all part of Iran's axis of resistance. Hezbollah especially was seen as the crown jewel among Iran's proxies. So after Nasrallah was killed, Iran responded by firing 180 ballistic missiles at Israel, aiming for a few air bases and the headquarters of Mossad, Israel's foreign intelligence agency. It sent thousands of Israelis running for cover into bomb shelters. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei described the missile barrage as minimum punishment for Israel's crimes.
جهادهم من أجل المسجد الأقصى وإنزالهم الضربة للكيان الغاصب والظالم قد خطوا خطوة في سبيل خدمة مصيرية للمنطقة بأكملها.
If Iran had done nothing, it would have risked losing credibility among its proxies and let Israelis think they could attack the other members of the Axis or Iran itself with impunity.
הערב איראן שוב תקפה את ישראל במאות טילים. המתקפה הזאת נכשלה. היא סוכלה בזכות מערך ההגנה האווירי של ישראל, שהוא המתקדם ביותר בעולם, ואני מברך את צה"ל על ההישג המרשים. היא גם סוכלה בזכות הערנות והאחריות שגיליתם אתם, אזרחי ישראל. ואני מודה גם לארצות הברית על תמיכתה במאמץ ההגנה שלנו.
Now Israel faces a question: what to do in response? The last time Iran fired missiles at Israel back in April, almost all the weapons were shot down. Israel also fired back, but not with much. The message was clear: we're not hitting your nuclear infrastructure or oil fields, but we could if we wanted to. Those fears have resurfaced now, with US President Joe Biden urging Israel to find alternatives.
The Israelis have not concluded what they're going to do in terms of a strike. That's under discussion. I think if I were in their shoes, I'd be thinking about other alternatives than striking oil fields.
Israel is now fighting its first three-front war in half a century, this time along the borders of Gaza to the south, Lebanon to the north, and occupied West Bank to the east. And farther east are the rumbling storm clouds of a war with Iran, which could escalate into a wider war still, drawing in the US among others. On the anniversary of 7th October, we don't know as yet what Israel will do or what Iran will do in response. We don't know whether diplomats scrambling behind the scenes are using this fraught moment as an opportunity to push for a ceasefire throughout the region, or whether the military commanders on all sides are exploiting it as an opportunity to push for their ultimate ambitions of victory. Against this backdrop of continuing hostilities on multiple fronts, the world waits in suspense to see which groups are the first to have their wishes come true.